Oh, and hello again, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel or the stream. Of course, it's been a while. I have been keeping a fairly low profile, keeping my head below the parapet while waiting for the new Hearts of Iron 4 DLC. Of course, you see me doing some uh, other games, just sort of ticking over until then. And of course, you have seen me keeping a pretty low profile. I do apologise for that if you were in eager anticipation, but it's simply because there's nothing new out, and I'm trying to really sort of regulate my time, my sort of my own personal time. I don't want to be spending most of my time streaming. I want to go out and do things as well, and so I've been sort of cutting around. And of course, there's nothing really I wanted to stream because nothing really unique to play. And then this game came along, and it's been sort of on my radar for a while, but I wasn't sure whether or not I was interested in it. It's effectively like a real-time RTS game which sort of combines Age of Empires 4 and Civ 5 into the Dune universe, where you play a certain faction attempting to gain control over Arrakis. If you know the Dune lore, which is home to the spice that is used by the navigators in this universe to travel the universe or travel the Galactic Empire. Without the spice, of course, it all collapses, and therefore, if you own Dune or own Arrakis, you own the sort of the Galactic Empire, so to speak. In any case, it's a very interesting game. I played a bit of it offline to see if I could get into it because I don't want to muddle my way through it during the stream. But without further ado, we'll continue. So of course you've got the multiplayer and you've got the different factions. So we'll discuss a little bit the different factions. I've currently only played House Atreides, the Smugglers, and House Corrino. I think I found House Corrino the most enjoyable one. The Smugglers had quite a unique playstyle, but I think Freeman would be quite an interesting one to boot. So House Atreides. So in this game you can win the game by either taking control of the financial markets of Spice. You can win by wiping out the other players, which is actually quite difficult to do. You can win by becoming elected the governor of Dune, or governor of Arrakis, and you can also win by gaining hegemony, which is effectively sort of prestige, which you will get by achieving certain things depending on each faction. So with House of Atreides, your hegemony victory is using the Landsrad or the diplomatic process. So hello, Solid Pro, and hello, Tom Gaming. Yeah, so it's a real-time strategy game. But we'll just talk about some of the factions. But it's very fun. I very enjoyed it. I would call it Age of Empires 4 with a bit of blend of Civ 5. It's quite a fun one. But House Atreides is all about your diplomacy. It's sort of more of a turtly nation. If you want to go to hegemony victory, it's all about using your influence to gain bonuses and to win that way. It has some very powerful units that are based on basically clumping your units and gets bonuses from that. It's more of a sort of a peaceful diplomatic vanilla nation. It's quite an easy nation to play, but it's not very interesting. It's a sort of like your vanilla faction, and the political aspects sometimes can be a bit boring. Then you've got your House Harkonnen, who've got a very interesting military, which is based on how much damage they take. They're more of your meat churner troops and quite strong early game, but they get hegemony by spying operations, which is a good way to turtle up. And they also can use oppression and so on to sort of get more resources from their settlements. This is more inclined to sort of aggressive playstyles early on, and the use of the spy mechanic, which you can use to get different bonuses. Your smugglers are your weaker military. They're not as strong compared to, say, House Atreides or House Harkonnen, but they gain hegemony by effectively setting up smugglers networks in other people's nations. This is sort of your parasite faction, where you use your intel networks to sort of take other people's resources, and you're really not trying to expand too much, but trying to steal other people's sort of resources. A more sort of an asymmetrical playstyle. Then your Freeman. I would probably say these guys are more your sort of your Mongols in Age of Empires 4. They're more asymmetric. They're not supposed to be. Their empires are more designed for being sparse and more spread out, and they have some very powerful individual military units as time goes on. These are sort of your ambush tactics sort of faction, where you sort of deprive the other factions of their access to spice and so on. And then your House Corrino is your turtling faction. This is a faction that gets hegemony from actually controlling the spice. These are very powerful units, but it has a limited ability to expand, and therefore you end up early game being fairly isolated from your other nations. This means you've got very interesting different play styles to play, so even though you could play House Corrino like House Atreides, their basic bonuses push you towards playing a certain play style. So if I was playing as House Atreides, I'd be more vanilla, more turtly, more political. But if I was playing, say, as as House Harkonnen, I'd be more aggressive and aim to get that early military start and use the spies. But I like House Corrino because I'm a turtler, and it gives me more time to explain the different mechanics. So House Corrino in the Dune universe is sort of the ruling house, and of course, as the ruling house, you need to control the spice. So the Imperial House Corrino has ruled the galaxy for 10 millennia, and Shaddam the Fourth intends to keep it that way. The situation in Arrakis calls for direct intervention of the Padishah Emperor, who will use all his wits and might of his administration to turn the war to his benefits. So you get hegemony from guild fees, which is effectively paying the spice tax, which means that it's if you control the spice on Dune, as this faction, you're really on the road to win. You can use imperial edicts to change different sort of political votes in the house to have different impacts, and you can also have a certain special political tool to trade with your imperial mandate. It's this very economical nation, but it has a struggle. It struggles early game for growth. And then, of course, you can pick your councillors, which gives you a more sort of customized play style. So if I pick, say, Wednesday Corrino, I can double my economic buildings, but everything else costs more. If I pick, say, Captain Amusham, I can make units cheaper, but unfortunately they will be weaker. We can spend Celerity to negate resolutions, or we can resolve discoveries with agents. I like using Wednesday Corrino because I like all about the economy game, and I like using political supremacy as well. For now, we'll keep it as hegemony, political and economic victories. You can't disable the domination victory, but you probably won't really achieve domination most of the time. I've struggled to achieve domination with some of the factions. Say the smugglers, you're not going to be very strong on the military aspect. And we will go with sandworm activity as medium, storm activity as normal, and sexual hostility normal as well. It's a really fun game. I think the multiplayer will be really good. It's sort of a hidden gem right now, which I really like. So it is effectively early game. It's really sort of Age of Empires 4. Here's your main base or settlement. You've got your scout plane, which you can turn on to auto recon, and you've got your resources, which is more civ based off the Fog of War map. So if you move over on the left, you can see with our Ornithopter we can get rid of the micromanagement by turning on auto recon. We can hire units and different factions with their different unit strengths. So say infantry has +1 power for each ally, so a very good turtling. And of course we also have the spice tax. So in the Dune universe, spice is what keeps the world, the galactic civilization turning, and so you'll be expected to pay a spice tax. It gets progressively more expensive as the game progresses. If you stop paying the spice tax or fail to pay the spice tax, what will happen is you'll lose Landsraad standing or lose political standing, and eventually have rebellions or attacks by the rest of galactic civilization. You also have the Koa market, which means that you can turn off how much spice you want to produce and how much spice you want to sell to the galactic market, and with the galactic exchange rate changing over time, which means that once you've achieved your stockpile of spice, you can then of course make money, and it's a constant balance between spice production and financial income. One of the ways to achieve victory is via the Koa share market. That's not open yet, but if you get the collective shares of the Koa market, you also win the game. Up here, you got your political rivals, which you can trade with and do truces with. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. And of course, you've got all your different stats as well. And the good thing about this is that early game, a lot of the political aspects don't come in yet, or they don't come into play as yet. So you've got time early on to do your early expansion, and so on and so forth. So let's give it a go. So I immediately send my Ornithopter off. We got our missions on the left, getting started.
Awaiting order.
And you see we got our spice over here.
Copy.
But we need to conquer a nearby village if you want to actually begin exploiting that spice. I'm also going to recruit another Ornithopter.
Listening.
There it is. You also have to deal with sandworms, but they're more of an environmental hazard than they are a game ender.
We are listening, Majesty.
And although it's very simplistic, it's very easy to get into it, and of course the different unit abilities means you have different playstyles because of it. Now if we turn this guy on auto recon, and then recruit our next infantry, we can try and take this village. So we'll attack the village garrison. You can also turn the speed up as well. But my game style is normally trying to control the spice, because of course the spice is really what keeps the game going, what keeps you alive. Now, an interesting theme in this game is because of the sandworms, the larger the battles you have, the higher the risk of sandworms coming and they're eating your troops and equipment. So you've got to start off fairly small or make sure you get onto this bedrock to avoid the sandworms. They're more of a nuisance most of the time, but a few times I've lost my early army because of the naughty, naughty sandworms. Now we have taken the settlement, we can now occupy it. This is sort of your neutral settlements in the sort of Civ 5 theme. And of course, different settlements will have different resources. This one has, of course, got spice, and of course, this one may have something different. Yeah, this one has got rare elements.
Yes. Okay.
With this taken, we can now do our construction, build that refinery, and try and get that spice going. We've also now unlocked our research, so we can start researching things. So if we research the economic tree on the left, we can eventually get more crew for our spice refineries and our spice collectors. On our right is our military, which will allow us to unlock more units. Bottom left is your spies, which is more sort of your smugglers, and on the right is more getting intel for Arrakis control, as well as reducing the cost of water. So as it stands, the limiting factor as this nation or this specific class is that it doesn't get a lot of authority early on. So you've got to be very careful about where you advance. And I would normally recommend only advancing where the spice is early game. I normally play on 2-speed as well. See if I can change my movement, my scroll speed, because I know that's going to be a bit of an irritation for you. Camera speed, bring that down to 2. Nope. Sort of worked, but didn't. And there we are, and now we have our harvester, which we can now auto recall and deploy, and that will start collecting our spice. From there, I tend to try and go for other things such as, ooh, do I need a plasticrete right now? Yeah, the plasticrete factory. But the truth is, all I really care about is the spice. The spice must flow as this nation. And so if I don't get the spice, I'm going to struggle. Let's change our economy, so we're getting more spice to pay our spice debt. There's a nice plasticrete factory over here. So I'm tempted to move the boys over there to take this plasticrete reserve as well.
We obey.
But to take this will cost me 74, so we may as well go and take this as well.
We'll march there.
74 diplomatic influence.
It's an honor, Majesty. We'll overwhelm them.
Still have yet to find more spice. I must find the spice. And now we've got our spy system. So how the spy system works is you can use your spies to infiltrate opposing houses, which can be used then for assassination. You can also use your spies to use Arrakis infiltration, which again will eventually lead you to use more powerful tools such as the orbital strike. Or you can infiltrate these other mechanics, will give you different bonuses. For example, if I infiltrate the Coam, I will get +5 Solari. So as I like to try and rush the orbital strike to be a really powerful nation, I tend to go and rush that first. So we'll build a plastic factory. And then over here. Do we need water yet? No, we don't. We'll build a battery factory. And then we'll need to research the grid X plane so we can unlock spice silos. And so it depends, because villages and buildings are vulnerable, you've got to think about where you want to build your industry. Do you want to build a military hub away from the enemy? Because if you lose those hubs, you'll lose your manpower. Or do you want to build up a defensive position around Halkis? You've got to really make a decision on what you want to do in terms of how to protect it. So I can see there's spice over here. So I'm really going to rush up north to try and get that spice. Because if I control the spice as this faction, I've effectively controlled the game.
We are listening, Majesty.
Listening. On the move.
And here's our first Landsrad vote. So the Landsrad voting system means that after a period of time, you'll have 3 sort of votes to pick from. Now, then you can use your diplomatic influence to hopefully get their vote. Some of these laws are good and some of these laws are bad. So, for example, tax negotiations will give us minus 50% Solari output, which is very good. Now, we can then expend our political influence in the Landsrad to get this bonus. Alternatively, if there's a negative bonus, such as this, we can vote for a different faction to get this, and then use our diplomatic power to get that faction to have that negative bonus. One way of getting the Dune governorship, I believe, is getting all of these sort of positions and then going for the Dune governorship, which is more of an Atreides build. And then, of course, you've got your little different bonus, different sort of places you can investigate, which will give you bonuses depending on what you do on there.
Yes, Majesty.
So we've got a raid coming in. We'll build a militia over at our spice refinery. I'm going to build a recruitment office here as well.
Reporting for duty.
To expand over here, I would need 100 authority. So that's the one thing this nation struggles with, is getting authority. But I'm pretty well placed to get that spice tax. There we got another agent which we'll put into Arrakis to get us more authority. And we can use certain bonuses on the right to give us bonuses on the enemy malices. So as this faction, I can use gear sabotage to reduce the enemy's combat power, supply drop to keep my men supplied when they're moving long distances, or I can use, say, the interdiction zone to stop fighting in an area, or an orbital strike to do a lot of damage. You can also use atomics to completely nuke a village and eventually lead to assassinations, which is more of a Harkonnen build.
We serve the Imperium.
So now we're increasing our manpower. Look at the Landrad council results. I managed to get the 50% minus salary upkeep, which is great. House Harkonnen got the Landrad guards, which are very powerful. And how I also got the minus 30 influence, which is unfortunate. But hey ho, it is what it is. I'm going to build another military barracks here as well. I need my manpower up. So early game, this faction is quite weak, but because it's medium difficulty, I very rarely struggle on this faction. This faction is pretty easy.
On it. Let's go.
You can also raid villages if you're waiting, like if your army needs to do something. You can of course send your army up over here instead to do some raiding.
Honor, Majesty.
Okay, we've done our research. Let's research now. Crew training program.
What do you
I'm going to go raid this village. I'm going to build a spice refinery to increase my spice production. You can see how this nation is very powerful once it blobs. And now we can go into the current market. So here you can see the price of the stock. So as the game progresses, the stock will go up and go down. And I think this is a stock, or it could be the price of spice. It depends on the exchange rate. So we can buy up shares of this market or of this industry. And if we get the overwhelming or over 50% shares, we win the game. Of course, other nations can buy shares as well. And most importantly, you get a dividend from it. So the more you invest into getting those stocks or those stonks, the better. The wealthier you will get.
We'll march there.
Spice crew
Unfortunately, I cannot
reporting.
add to my harvesters yet because I cannot afford it. But in time, I'm hoping. You can see here our orange bar is going down. That is our supply, which we can fix with supply hubs. So we're expanding pretty rapidly. And you can see here's our second spice reserve, which we want to go and get. But first things first, let's get another crew member. Okay, got our spice refinery, our spice silo. Sandworm has been detected. Now these are sort of environmental hazards. If on a fight or moving troops through there, the worm, which you can see underneath sand, will rise up and potentially get rid of your harvester, or even worse. So bear in mind that they're a constant sort of environmental hazard rather than a sort of a weapon or tool you can use. Okay, we take this one. I'm going to have to build a water refinery soon.
At your service, Your Majesty. Let's go to work.
Keep upgrading our crew members, get another Orniraptor. Build another refinery over here. It's all about the spice, this nation. It's all about the spice. The spice must flow. If I can find any other spice, like over there, I would be tempted as this nation just to run over here and get hold of that spice. Can I do a supply drop yet? No, I need more intel. Okay, so the next thing coming into the vote are gear regulations that reduce military power, infrastructure control, and the sand lad standing. Okay, interesting. I can't pay for that yet, and we're still building up. So this nation's more about being isolated but powerful until the late game where you can further your expansion.
We are listening, Majesty.
But to go over here and take this village, it would cost me 215 boys, so you got to bear that in mind.
We serve the Imperium.
Get some raids from the local barbarians or Seatses. Find an active harvester, let's deploy you and turn you on. But my local militia should be enough to beat that back. Unfortunately, I would have to cross the sands to get over there, so I have to be a bit careful about if I do want to try and claim that, because we'll be going into the barren sands, which will be a bit of a nightmare to get over to and take control of. Also, there's on normal and harder difficulty, you can have more of a challenge, so again, bear that in mind. Okay, done our research there. Let's now go down, say, advanced engineering. Okay, got to pay the guild fees. If I don't pay the guild fees, I'll be told off.
We are listening, Majesty.
And there's a first enemy region, which I have to be a bit careful of. I'm going to potentially build an airfield here to aid my movement, but I need more fuel cells. So over here, build another fuel cell factory. And spice, I think the spice, you're hoarding it. Exactly, I am hoarding the spice. The spice must flow.
We are listening, Majesty.
And as soon as I get 215 or 100 influence, that's immediately where I'm going.
Spice crew reporting.
I want to lose money, but that's because I'm paying a spice tithe.
All clear.
I'm going to send my Honor Raptor over there. Come on, finish off that spice tithe. There we are. Paid it. No, I haven't. Come on. There we are. The spice tithe has been paid. Ooh, close one there.
Caller on report.
New coma shares. I couldn't care less about that yet. What I want to do is build an airfield here so it's easy to move my troops around. Because I want to get over there. I mean, we could buy some assets now. Plascrete's not doing too badly. We could probably build another Plascrete factory here if we were so inclined. Really exploit the Plascrete in this region.
At your service, Your Majesty.
Now we can begin the vote or the Landsrad review. So with the special ability of this nation, you can use the Landsrad, the Imperial Edict to change the scope of each bonus that comes in. So for example, if I select here, only an elected faction will get this bonus. However, if I select here, impose attacks of force levy for every positive of water, which should be very damning to the freemen. Now, if I do turn this off and go all factions, I'll be happy with this. And if I select this, I only want one faction to lose standing, so I'll use the Imperial Edict to reduce the damage of that on my nation.
Harvester in working order.
Well, I want that spice, so I need to wait until I have 215 political power or base authority. I'll build another water place here, I suppose, a water trap or wind trap.
Your Majesty.
Come on, give me that manpower. So with this done, we can now go down economic lobbying, which allows training in mercenaries, or we can go down survival training for the extra supply. We'll go down survival training first.
At your service, Your Majesty.
We are listening, Majesty.
And here's the vote. Oh wait, it's going into the vote soon. We're pretty good on the spice right now. Because I've rushed the spice production, which I love. I just love spice. But this is what I want. I have eyes on that. So I'm going to build up my infantry some more. Potentially build another recruitment center over here as well.
Yes.
Okay, raid detected. That's fine. We've got our troops there. They have to wander over the deserts. That also works really well in our favour. Some factions I feel a bit gimped depending on the map. And then a sandworm has been detected, just hovering over there.
We are ready. We obey.
Get back over here.
We'll march there. Following
They got
orders.
hit by the storm.
Reporting for duty.
Where's the sandworm? Over there. You gotta be careful of that sandworm. I think militarily we should be fine.
We are ready. Yes, Majesty.
All clear. Okay.
Looks like, yeah, they've gone for the spice, but I'm going to go get it as well. So I'm not too worried just yet. I'll recruit another soldier. We're going big on the infantry production because I want to really just overwhelm them. Now on merchant, no thank you, and getting started, no thank you. Surely I can reduce that and make it a bit more less painful. No, shame.
We are listening, Majesty.
Damn straight you are.
Majesty. Following orders.
How much longer? 219. It's going to take a while. I mean, we could expand elsewhere if we had to. If we needed to, we could expand elsewhere. I'm aiming for the spice.
We are ready. It's an honor, Majesty.
Gonna go and beat these guys up.
Imperium. We won't fail in our duty.
Yeah, absolutely dominating them. The Freeman can't do anything. Another unassigned agent. We'll put them into the Spicing Guild. Hi, Christianity Gaming. Welcome back. It's been a while. Been a while. Haven't seen you in quite some time. Even a low profile.
Yes, Majesty. We'll march there. It's an honor, Majesty.
219. That's when we hit. So we'll get our guys moving back over here to replen, and then we'll hit them hard. Maybe use another intel. Oh, I don't have enough space in guild infiltration. There we are.
We are listening, Majesty.
Build new or get a new village. I don't think so. Rise to power. Confirm.
Reporting for duty.
Communication. Act mindfully. We're used to witnessing the comings and goings of strangers. Okay. Couldn't care less. I will have the spice.
Reporting for duty.
And I'm going to move across now.
We are listening.
Oh god, that doesn't work.
Yes, Majesty.
Doesn't work at all.
We obey.
Looks like I'll have to move across this way instead, away from the desert. So the desert itself
We serve the
just fucks you up.
Imperium.
And the worms are also hanging around. You can see the lands rad is getting more demanding in terms of the spice supply as well.
Reporting for duty.
I'm going to go around a long way.
Majesty. We'll march there. We obey.
Alright, my garrison should be able to hold that, he says.
We are listening, Majesty.
Says. See that raid coming in.
Following orders.
You can see that raid coming in.
Yes,
Okay,
Majesty.
hit the supply drop here.
We serve the
And let's
Imperium.
take that spice refinery.
On watch.
Should win it. As long as everyone gets off the sand. I need water. Ah, shit, I need water. Okay. Any places that need production of water? Let's go with a wind trap. There we are. Now I'm going to slowly start running out of money. Because the exchange rate is so bad. Get away.
We are ready. It's an honor, Majesty.
Give me the water now, quick. There we are. And then I've somehow got to deal with the issue of my dwindling financial system. They're going to desperately fight over this, aren't they?
Yes, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty. We serve the Imperium. Reporting for duty. We'll march there. We obey. We serve the Imperium.
You can serve the Imperium all you want, but I need spice. Give me the spice. Or give me a better financial market.
Crew reporting.
Spice has got to flow. And there's another spice station over there. And there's another spice station. I should be able to cross that and get that spice. if I am lucky. Okay, so we've got our wind trap, recruitment office, research hub. I want another refinery. I don't really want a research hub. I don't really need 2 recruitment offices. I'm gonna be that guy, but the spice has got to flow.
We are listening, Majesty. Following orders. Yes, Majesty.
Doesn't help that the exchange rate has crippled me as well.
Harvester in working order. Your Majesty,
Deploy.
let's go to work. Listening. On the move.
And I have to build a airfield because if I'm going to constantly be going back and forth, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. But I need to get over there now, which is going to be a nightmare as well. Yes, yep. Guild fees paid, wonderful. Unassigned agents. Go to the Coem. Hegemony threshold met, that's great. Where am I safer?
Caller on report.
Regions. Then our next idea will be to build an airfield, but I'm going to have to build another fuel cell factory first. Raid detected, I can fight that off pretty easily. The airfields will be very important if I'm going to go for this sort of widespread build.
On the offensive.
The hardest nations are so powerful.
We'll overwhelm them.
You can't fight the House Corrino death stack. You've got to work against it.
We're listening.
I mean, we could try and take Taboo Mur to hopefully increase our supplies as well. And we found a siege. What does it want? It wants 10 water. I can give you 10 water. Now, sieges are sort of your barbarians, but you can pay them off, and the happier they are with you, the less inclined they will be to attack you. So, if you can do that, you're pretty safe if you can pay them off. Unfortunately, guild fees are becoming monumental. Okay, Harkonnen has decided to chat shit with me. So this is where you can trade with other nations, so or other factions. So you can see here in my main base, I can of course select a research center. Now, if I get a certain chain going, I get different economic bonuses. Equally, a certain chain going gives me certain military bonuses, and so on and so forth. So if I have at least one district with an economy building, which is, I should say, like this district, I will get plus 50% to my economy. So you can see we've got different economic buildings, so we can go with the Coem branch if we can afford it, which we can't right now, which will reduce our slowly upkeep, give us better exchange rates, and or we can do the harvesting to increase our harvesting of spice. Now I would go for Coem first for the financial aspect, but I suspect I'm going to have to go for the harvester works initially to afford my expensive advances. But we can't afford it, so let's do some trade. So if we take a look at these guys, they've got some cash which they are which they very much like right now. Now, if I give them a load of this, they aren't going to take it. Now, if we take a look at these guys still value currency over all else. So if I take the money off this guy and then trade, if I trade spice, they do love spice. Let's cancel the trade. Okay.
What do you want?
No. Bit of a problem there. They don't want the spice. Well, they do. I'm not willing to give them what they want. That's the problem. Let's build ourselves a missile battery. So we can occupy this village, which we'll do, because why not? And eventually I will get round to taking this, but for now I want to move and take the surrounding areas of Haraya to increase my spice production. I can't help you with that right now. Can't help you with that right now. Sandworm detected. Again, I can't help you with that. I turn you on. There you are.
What do you need?
And then we'll build a refinery here. The refinery that will hopefully increase our spice production. I paid a spice bill. Let's increase our spice paying. There we are. Build, let's say, comb support. Nah. Energy markets. We'll do energy markets. Why not? I don't really do a lot of spying in this with this nation. It's more about the economics.
At your service, Your Majesty.
Sandworm, go away, sandworm. There is a sort of limited army cap, which means that you can't fight everywhere at once, so blobbing may not be the most efficient way to play, especially if you do intend to play multiplayer. So with that done, I'm going to go and take a couple of my guys over on that left.
We serve the Imperium. Reporting for duty.
Move them all the way back over here. But I cost up 40 coins. That's why I'm using the airfield.
Yes, Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty. Point of interest. Resolve. I really do focus on the economy early game.
We'll march
So it's sort of moving into the mid game. These games aren't very long.
All clear. Spice crew reporting.
I decided to walk across. Oh, I forgot to move you normally. So there's a certain building called a spice refinery that increases production based on proximity to a spice mine of spice. So that's why we are taking the surrounding areas now, as opposed to just sort of not doing it. I'm going to build some Coem harvesters now, and we've got another communication request. Do not envy us. Just because we can take advantage of this prolific sector does not mean you could extract some benefits from it. Look, if you ain't got the spice, I really don't care less. I need that spice. I'm very far away. There's also a sort of central area, which is the hydro or water producer, which is very important in terms of getting hegemony as well, and that becomes sort of the middle ground battling area. But my only interest is that spice on the right. As soon as I've extended my control over this sector, I'm not going to extend anywhere else.
We are listening, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty.
A lot of troops I got there. Why is all my troops over there now? Come on now.
We serve the Imperium. We serve the Imperium.
Need about... Give me one more of these guys. Again, these guys can move back over here. You can serve the Imperium all you want.
Majesty. Following orders.
As long as it's protecting my spice. The spice has got to flow.
We serve the Imperium.
Caller on report.
The airfield is very important for this sort of nation. If you're nowhere near the main spice hubs, you've got to get the airfields.
Awaiting order.
New Cohem shares? Anyone buying a Cohem shares right now? No, that's good. I suspect they can't because I'm dominating the spice
At your
production.
service, Your Majesty.
Sandworm, don't worry about it. New laws. Fine. If I'm going to hit House Atreides, they're going to get a military hit. I'm going to support this as well. See if I can just upset House Atreides. No, I got done over by the bad man.
We are ready.
Should still be able to take this with the troops I have. Because they're pretty well trained. Okay, still can afford the spice. No, I'm not withdrawing my troops. The spice is mine. Go away. The spice is mine. And once I get this spice, I should hopefully starve. But House Atreides has a lot of spice themselves. I'm going to have to be a bit careful of House Atreides. You're going to be my next target. What does it give me by allying with these guys? Oh, recruitment costs not the best. I mean, incinerator. Also, incinerators can do just negate armor, which is very good. Sandworms everywhere.
Master in working order.
Now, I think the Freemen may die because they don't have any spice right now, so I'm hoping that is what's really wounding their ability to achieve anything. Resource deficit? What the hell? Holy crap. What's causing the deficit?
Flamethrowers are filled up.
Oh, it's the worms. The worms are causing the deficit. The worms temporarily screwed up my economy.
you to clean up the mess.
And then our next district will be military. So I gotta get my command up so I can fight the House Atreides. Yeah, we're fine. The only way I think you can beat House Atreides and House Corrino is attacking where their main blob is and just sort of starving them a la Freemen. Unlocks command post building. Yeah, I do need to start upgrading that. New Landsrad Council. Yeah, we'll do de-escalation. It's very civvy.
Yes, Majesty.
So I need 2 economic buildings in a district, or 3 economic buildings. So if I do one more economic building in here, the research center, I can just like turn myself into a god. But we still got to go over here first. Militia ranged. Choose. What am I low on? Not really low on anything at the moment. We can turn this into our knowledge hub if we so choose. Oh no worries, Christiani. I'll see you later. Have a good one.
Serve the Imperium.
And then the knowledge center. We should be drowning in stuff. Of course, once that's done, we'll do military for that 1 military district or 2 military districts for extra power over here, and then we should be able to go on the offensive against House Atreides.
Following orders.
But I need to get more knowledge. I'm sort of slowing down on the research race. Has everyone got a spice machine? Yeah, that's good. Airfields are very good for moving around. I do like a good airfield. It's sort of a must for a nation like this. So how much is it going to cost me to take this nation? It's going to cost me 257. So I've got to wait until I've got 257 influence. Trade agreement? No, thank you. Landsrad vote. If the resolution passes, all factions except the Freemen will suffer rebellion. So I'm going to say decline and vote against that. Architectural surveys. Let's give that to the Freemen. No, let's give that to House No, it's got to be Atreides, but I suspect he's going to give it to me because he's so painfully powerful. He sort of dominates the Landsrad holdings right now. I've got 100. Atreides has got 100. So it's pretty even Stevens right now. Pretty even Stevens. I can't really afford that rebellion. I suspect that rebellion will be the end of me. But you can see we can really pop off. But House Atreides is doing extremely well as well. I've got to gimp House Atreides. I'm going to need more troops. I'm going to recall this and send them back over to the main mother base. Communication. Don't you worry, you're next on my list. I need extra command power. Yeah, plus 10% Solari production. We'll be swimming in Solari production. Open up a plastic factory. And then military, manpower, health, armor, command points. I need this one, but I need support structures first, and that's going to take me a while. Let's start buying up some of the shares. Money is no longer an object for House Corrino, or Corrinus. Come on. Research it. Lovely stuff. Imperial Protocols next. And then finally I can do Command Post. We'll be able to start recruiting tanks as well soon, which are very powerful. He owns a lot of the spies. He owns 3 spies. It's going to be me versus House Atreides. Interesting game. What do you guys want? You want 10 water for 20 Solari. Can't afford that. It's going to be a tough one. I've got faith in the boys.
Reporting for duty.
What else do I need? I mean, I could do more water production. I can't actually. Oh yeah, I can. Raid detected. Should be fine. My guys are there. The raids get progressively stronger as the game progresses, so you've got to bear that in mind as well. That eventually it's going to come to a point where you're going to really need to start solidifying and end up sort of with this sort of coming and going of control.
On watch. All clear.
I need you to check this out for me.
Received.
What is
On
this?
vector.
Reporting for
I will say you don't see the worms very often unless you're hit by bad luck, because most of the fights occur on bedrock. Because no one wants to fight in the middle of the desert, because the worms will just come and fuck you up. The Freemans are once again sabotaging us. Very neck and neck with this house right now. Good, more command points. Next military. We can't afford it yet, so instead let's build our artillery drone. Another infantry. That should be enough to begin the operation to take Berdud.
We are listening, Majesty.
Yeah, House Atreides is
We
House
obey.
Atreides is in fact ahead of me now because of their control of the political spectrum. Well, the Freemans are just screwed. The Freemen just have nothing.
We serve the Imperium.
Okay, how long? I need 257. We can do that.
Yes, Majesty. We obey.
Let's buy up more of the Coam stocks while we wait. Lovely little tank. Thing with tanks is that they have to fire from long range. They can't fire from short range, but it's a lovely looking bad boy on artillery drone. Rebellion. This means I've got to re-deviate the army.
Orders.
The Freeman's doing that. Oh god,
Coordinating the attack.
there's loads of them. Loads of rebellions. That's the Freeman there. Maybe it's time to do some deals with the Freeman. I know you've got no spice, so if we do a little bit of spice dealing for a non-aggression pact, you'll just take it. You've got literally no spice, so you'll just take it. Really, I thought the Freeman would be collapsing, but I guess not.
We serve the Imperium.
Nice bit of sabotage there, much to my irritation. Where was that other sabotage over here? Okay. So once again, leave a melee guy in a range here.
Majesty, we obey.
And then these guys, once again, pick up and move back over here.
Yes, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty.
Nice sabotage there by the Freeman. Or the Fremen. Very irritating affair. But I was able to piece out of him. I think the AI right now, maybe it's just normal, but the AI is very willing for peace, if you know what I mean. It's happy to be alive. Hegemony 10,000, so after certain points at 10,000 hegemony, we get long-range airfields and plus 30 standing, as well as better missile attack as well. But we are behind, well, we're close to being behind House of Atreides, which I don't want to happen.
Reporting for duty. Following orders.
Everyone's getting that. Not having House of Atreides sabotage me.
We are listening, Majesty.
Alright, let's do this.
We obey. We obey. Following
This is
orders.
going across normal deserts, so this is going to be a nightmare. Oh, please no worm, please no worm.
We are listening, Majesty. For the Imperium. We are listening, Majesty.
Get on to Bedrock.
Flamethrowers are filled up. Yes, Majesty. Listening, Majesty. Following orders.
Lovely. An Imperial Command next. Village under siege. Who is sieging it? Don't know. These guys, isn't it? Try and have water to stop pissing me off. Ooh, close one. But I was able to deprive House of Atreides of one more source of fuel.
Reporting for duty.
So I'm not going to support this one. House Corrino, I'm going to put all my assets into. Hopefully getting that extra money. Need plasteel for this. Need ground command for this, so am I researching ground command? No, I'm not. Let's research ground command instead.
We are ready. We'll march there.
Good, this is mine now. So, refinery, plasticrete factory, airfield, silos next.
We serve the
And then we'll turn
Imperium.
this into an absolute juggernaut of military defense.
Reporting for
I do
duty.
like having that desert in the middle of this. It means I've got a good defensive position.
Spice crew
Like this
reporting.
central desert is really useful to me, but also very useful for the Fremen, so we're going to bear that in mind.
Yes, Majesty.
I'm just drowning in money now. Like, this is such an OP nation. Once you've got the ball rolling, it's an OP nation. Be a shame. We might soon discover it's possible to overeat.
Your
Well,
Majesty, the spice must flow.
spice must flow.
Listening. Awaiting order. All clear. Okay. Copy.
And that's really what you're doing in this game. You're trying to starve the other nations of the access to spice. And that will hopefully win you the game, because once they can't pay their spice tithes, they're in a real tricky situation where they're sort of in a constant lose cycle. We'll turn this into a military base camp. Pay for more troops. Yeah, I see that army coming over. Should be fine. Okay, hit him with the gear sabotage.
We are ready.
Yeah, they can't fight. They can't fight the House Corinas.
Following orders.
You got to fight asymmetrical with these guys. Can't do any of these things. What's the current standing? Okay, I gotta make sure that doesn't happen to me. I should hopefully gimp House Atreides, but it's not. I've got to do even more damage to House Atreides.
Reporting for duty. Following orders. We serve the
I may have to move to crush House Atreides.
We
Just
won't
via
fail in
conventional
our duty.
means.
Reporting for duty. Operation Scorched Earth in progress. On the offensive.
I want to liberate it, but because I don't actually want to own it, I just want to deprive the other nation of it. I got so much spice, it's ridiculous now. Am I paying you to go away? Why are you attacking me?
We are listening, Majesty.
May have to start sending more troops back to protect my overspread empire.
We are ready. We serve the Imperium. We are listening, Majesty.
Did we win it or did we lose it? And we won it just about. Here we have a supply drop.
Harvester in working order.
Yes, Majesty.
Good, this has been liberated. I'm going to send the armies back
Yes,
to
Majesty.
replen. I'm going to keep on trying to push further into House Atreides territory. I've got so much money, it's ridiculous. Oh, lovely stuff. Need ground branch for this. I need ground branch. We've done Imperial Command first. Pretty sure I made you guys pretty chummy with me now. No need to keep on being so aggressive.
We are ready. We'll march there. We're moving.
Anyway,
Yes, Majesty.
we've got to continue to throttle House Atreides and its growth. We have a gear sabotage. And hit him with a replen. Don't think I'll be able to knock out House Atreides by themselves as yet. Why can't I hire any more? I'm missing command points. Mercenary then. These guys can move on over. Yeah. Not the sandworm. Yeah. Resupply. Gotta be careful because they're being microed into.
Imperium.
territory.
are ready. Flamers reporting. We're here to clean up the mess. Repositioning. Repositioning. We'll overwhelm them. Reporting for duty. We'll march there. Following orders.
What's the Landsrad vote currently? Got to stop this guy growing. He's catching up too much. I need 399. Let's cancel this and take it instead.
We serve the Imperium. Moving.
Now I'll use this as a base to move forward.
We are listening, Majesty. Flamers reporting. Reporting for duty. We are ready. We'll march there.
Supply drop. Let's go over here. Let's go to Call to Arms then. What's going on? Sandworm. Yes. This will become our base camp.
Reporting for duty.
So, build an airfield. Builds up a militia. And then we'll try and go in for the Uber Ender. Actually, can I cancel this? I want to go down to Lay of the Land to see if I can get my orbital strikes now.
We are listening, Majesty.
See if there's any way I can damage fences. There is, but it costs 500. Intel. Yeah, we knew it was coming. We should be fine. I mean, worst case scenario, I can send out another unit over here, and then these guys can mosey on back over.
Yes.
Come on, give me that airfield. Airfield good. Give me a missile battery. Like right there. I'm pretty confident now. Pretty confident in the ability of the boys.
Majesty.
It's just getting the intel enough to begin base sabotage, and then we should be in a good spot.
We are ready.
Yeah, I gotta stop. I gotta stop them before they get too strong because they've gone very, very political. Actually cancel this as well. Let's go with defense systems. Okay, is that everyone?
Serve the Imperium.
Almost ready. Give us a go.
Coordinating the attack. Yes, Majesty. Reporting for duty.
Hopefully we can knock these guys out before they get a chance to stop us. Okay, gotta go, everyone in.
Ready. Yes, Majesty.
Before the bad men stop us. There we are. I think we did kill them. I can see the sandworm there, sees the battle, it wants a bit of the action. Luckily, touch wood so far, the sandworm has yet to be my undoing.
We are listening, Majesty. We serve the Imperium. Reporting for duty.
Good.
It's an honor, Majesty. Yes.
Completely wiped out, no longer have to worry about them, and that means me, I am now top of the leaderboard. And that just leaves finishing off of our spice gathering. Or intent to spice gather. I mean, I could buy more stocks if I wanted to. Ooh, House Harkonnen's bought a lot. When more stocks end up on the market, we'll buy some more. That's going to be very difficult to get over to House Harkonnen, so it's not really worth the hassle. Council vote. I'm not really that interested in the council vote anymore. Because I'm pretty much dominating everything else.
We are listening, Majesty.
It's owning everything. Very fun nation to play because they're so good. Their strength is they're really good troops, but their inability to grow means they have to spread themselves out, like I've had to do here, and that means, of course, they can be targeted and destroyed in detail. So to take this, I'm going to need 402. I ain't getting over there. I can't. I'd have to leapfrog somehow, but it's just not possible. Gear sabotage, supply drop. I mean, I'm surprised they're doing so well. Bear in mind, oh, they've got 2. Okay, they're not going to struggle yet in terms of resources. The Freemen should be dying. I think they are slowly dying. Look, yeah, they've got rebellions everywhere. Because they couldn't keep up with the spice. I wonder if there's any buildings I can build that will give me influence or authority. No, nothing. Nothing of value. Lovely stuff. And it's just a really good flow. It's not too fast, if you know what I mean. It's just the right speed for the game to progress. But the strength, the problem with this nation is that it struggles to get other game victories. Like it could potentially get, as you saw of House of Atreides, even though it was dominating the economy, they could have got that political victory instead. Because of the way the hegemony system works. Particularly with Harkonnen, they don't have to go economy, they just have to use spies and they can just keep stacking that up. Or you can deploy a main base as this action as well, but all I care about right now is the spice.
Caller on report.
I'm buying up more stock so the House Harkonnen can't get it. Yeah, the Fremen are about to die because I deprived them of their early spice access. It's a very fun, unique game because, of course, in the lore, the spice is everything, and so you can understand why it's so important to get it. And of course, as the game progresses, the soft timer increases, and eventually it ends up being, okay, can I be large enough to pay the spice tithe while also being able to get the victory as well? It's a very unique sort of battling, and you're not really battling over the main base. The only reason I was battling over the main base because he was winning the diplomatic victory, but I would have really just fought over the spice to slowly starve them, and instead of having these big battles, say in the center, to have them more around sort of local areas. And that's really what the Fremen playstyle was like as well, because they've got caravans and things like that, which really help you in your ability to do ambushes. And because they've got such bonuses to supply, they can actually operate it in the desert dunes and with impunity, which makes them a really fun nation to play. But of course, I haven't played them yet, so I'll have to give it a go. Like, I'm pretty sure, yeah, the Fremen are completely paralysed. I don't know why they haven't died yet. Wish there was an auto buy option. But hey ho. Yeah, I should be able to pull away now unless the AI does something to stop me, which is unlikely. This is a fun game because the maps I think are randomly generated as well, because this was just a pretty fun map. How this changed to reflect the situation. I don't think. I like how they just send you stuff to insult you as well. I'll support this. Could pretty much dominate the Landsrad standing. Now, I believe if you don't meet the type, you will eventually have a Landsrad coming, a bit like what Fremen, but the Fremen don't have Landsrad, they have their own people, which have just demolished the country. They're dead. They're just dead. They're not in the game anymore. $402, we can move in with the blob and secure our next supply zone. I wonder what happened to my tank. Over there. Okay, head over here. Those would be a good Fremen map if they had actually got some spice. It would have been a pretty good Fremen map for them. So yeah, but the map this big, I'm going to really struggle to get over to. The next area. I need batteries, so fuel cell. But yeah, if you look at actual assets, I don't think they've got anything left. I mean, they've got a paltry sum. Where is their main capital anyway? Oh, that's all the way over here. Can be an absolute nightmare to take. Yeah, this nation is not designed for that sort of aggressive playstyle. I won't be able to get over there. I could just about hop over here, but to hop all the way down here is going to take me such a long time. It'd be better if I just wait. Maybe I can hop down here and get rid of this spice access. Worm, 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 worm.
Yes, Majesty. We are ready.
Run away from the bad worm. I'll try and get over here, but I don't think there's a lot of sand dunes here, so I might be alright if I stop off there. But there's no point getting over here. Yeah. Oh, I can get over here, liberate it, and get out, but I don't have enough control, if you know what I mean.
Your Majesty,
Military
let's go to
influence.
work.
He's getting there, House of Cullen, he is catching up. Ah, I know how to fix this. Get your ally sieges on side. So you're at 100, so if I get you guys off, 1, 2, and get rid of these guys, Chom, what I can do is I can go over here and select one of these guys. Yeah. And I can turn off this guy. Need to be active in that region. Where is this region? I can move guys back over there. He's going for the economic victory. But I'm not going to remember each time a new thing comes up.
Reporting for duty.
What about this? I know what I'll do. If I can get over here, I will build the hydropher. And that will save us.
At your service, Your Majesty.
But I think I gotta do a certain research for that. Yeah, I gotta build a water extractor, so let's cancel this. Build a water extractor instead. See the sandworm lurking. Really fun nation to play Corrino because it's such a unique sort of playstyle. Yeah, I pretty much dominate the spice now. The spice really just acts like a soft time and it's got to start like the battle royale. Could add a couple of Imperial bases if I wanted to. That's gonna cost me money though. Yeah, that will hopefully get him to vote against that. I'm just too far away to touch him, that's the thing. I'm winning very well in terms of hegemony. It's just, will he win this first? Hopefully he won't. Actually, I want to see what
On watch. All clear.
what's going on.
On the move. Okay.
Yeah, it's all falling apart. I don't think they have any
On
troops
vector.
left.
Copy.
Yeah, the Fremen are dead.
Received.
I
On
could wipe the
vector.
Fremen out if I wanted to. I'll give you 10 water for water fidelity. Conan's has been an arsehole. Pretty standard. $529. Oh! Looks like my boy just disappeared. The worm just ate it. Bit of a nuisance.
Harvester in working order. At your service, Your Majesty.
Would have preferred it if you hadn't died, I'll be honest with you. Can't buy any more. When's the next sale?
Spice crew reporting.
We should be okay. I'm pretty far ahead. I don't think House Harkonnen is close enough to buy all the shares. Oh, I couldn't hear you. What a shame.
Caller on report.
You can build a military base here. Yeah, too far. Now this would be a wonderful place if you were a smuggler, because you'd be so far away from everyone, it would be too much hassle to come get you. So you could just really scheme and be a general nuisance. Yeah, I'm not supporting that. I'm vote against that. Redmond will screw me.
Your Majesty.
As the water. Anything about authority? No, we'll go over here then. Just in case the Harkonnens are better than what I think they are.
We are listening, Majesty.
I'm not letting the Harkonnens have that. Please. I need your authority. I buy authority off any of you guys. Oh.
What do you want?
Don't really want anything from you, old boy.
We are ready.
Spice crew reporting.
There's not enough shares on the house, is there? I mean, we could go... The Aquifer's the problem. He's going to get a load of prestige from the Aquifer, so I've got to stop that, but I'm in no position to stop it.
We serve the Imperium.
Yeah, sandworm. Don't worry about it. Fly away from the bad sandworm.
Harvester in working order.
listening, Majesty.
Interesting how they're expanding over here as well. I gotta get this. We're almost there. But this will be really what makes or breaks it. Okay. A Landsrad review. Oh, it's going towards me. Oh, because I can't attack anyone, that's the thing. Militia. Oh, I am going to have to send more troops over there. That's my rotation.
We are listening, Majesty.
Redeploy. You can make it.
Reporting for duty. Yes, Majesty.
Buying all the shares before I have a chance. Would this be close enough? Maybe it'll be close enough to finish them off. Maybe.
We are ready.
Another worm. The worms are screwing me up.
Brawler on report. At your service, Your Majesty. Harvester in working order.
What do you mean I can't get any closer? It looks like I'm going to have to be a sabotage operation then.
We'll march
No.
there. Yes, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty. We won't fail in our duty.
What are you trying to build here?
We serve the Imperium.
Jesus, who are these guys?
Reporting for duty.
They will liberate it. And hopefully we'll use that as a bed ring elsewhere. And maybe we can just aim for their main base as well. Defense sabotage, I need more points. Let's send a couple of these troops over. Take this siege.
Reporting for duty.
While we're here, we can blow all this stuff up as well.
We'll march there. We'll overwhelm them. Following orders. Reporting for duty. On the offensive. Yes, Majesty. We'll march there.
They're trying to deploy more troops, but it's not going to work.
Yes, Majesty. We are listening, Majesty. Coordinating the attack.
Good.
Serve the Imperium.
How much intel do I have? Not enough.
We
Yeah.
won't fail.
Just start screwing these guys up.
Yes, Majesty. For the Imperium. Forward. On the offensive. Coordinating the attack. Flamethrowers are filled up. On it.
Okay, that should be enough. And then we'll be leapfrogging elsewhere. I'll try to leapfrog into their Dune supplies. What do you call it? Their spice supplies. I wonder why it's even called Dune, like sand dune, I suppose. I'm just going to keep on doing this. And I'll hopefully screw up his economy enough for us to win.
Flamers reporting. We are listening, Majesty.
Oh crap. I'm almost going to miss my payments.
We are ready. We're listening. Do you need some fire? We won't fail in our duty. We'll start the guard.
Lol.
We're here. Let's go.
I'm gonna get over here before the worm gets you.
We are listening, Majesty. For the Imperium. Fire will cleanse the place.
Oh crap, this may be it. This may be it. The end of my army. What a shame. Artillery drone, generator. So I'd like to think I gave him a bloody nose first. And then you move off here and get assigned. There we go. I suppose we can expand to another seat if we have to.
Majesty.
There we are. Good. There'll be plenty of stuff we're getting now. Suppose we'll do gear sabotage again. It's unfortunate, but to be expected.
Imperium.
Oh, it'll have to be a PP win now. There's another way I can win this without PP. Yeah, they've really just retaken that stuff. Ugh.
Spice crew reporting. Brawler on report. At your service, Your Majesty.
We serve the
So I got
Imperium.
melee, ranged, flamer. That's where's my flamer? Flamer, yeah. Get me another melee. I'm going to try and aim to do some more sabotage elsewhere. Wonder, could I take this? Oh yeah, it's just it's just too far away.
Imperium at your service.
Too far away.
We serve the Imperium. We're listening.
I think we'll still win though. Yeah, we're far ahead in terms of that.
We salute our Emperor. We'll go there now. We obey. We are ready.
Pity we didn't get the W on that battle.
It's an honor, Majesty.
We got pretty far though. We were doing pretty significant damage.
Following orders. We serve the Imperium.
They're so close to owning our shares.
Yes, Majesty.
All I can do is potentially paralyze access to that supply. That's all I can do. I'm not gonna be able to out-click the AI on this.
We salute our Emperor. What do you need, my Emperor? Yes, Majesty.
Now the Fremen might be able to do something about it because of course they've got the long-range worms, but sadly I'm not a Fremen, so I can't really do anything about it.
Reporting for duty. As our Emperor commands.
It's such a large garrison amount as well. Hopefully I can beat them before they get the comb shares.
Elite of the Imperium at your service. We are ready. Flamethrowers are filled.
Yeah, just about. Just about. Yeah. So that was a very intense game, a very unique game because I won previous game as Corrino, and as you can see, the game does change, and each faction really has its main goal. So early on, Atreides was of course going for diplomacy or political victory, as I was going for the hegemony victory. Well, he was going for the hegemony victory via diplomacy, whereas I was going for hegemony via spice. And then, of course, you had Harkonnen, who went through the economic attempt at victory. And because of his range and because of the way my nation is built, I couldn't really get over there to stop him. It would have been too difficult to really paralyze him or sabotage his economy enough to prevent him from further expansion. And then, of course, you had the Fremen who just piled in once they ran out of the spice. But that was a pretty fun nation. Suppose we'll play as the Fremen next and see what it's like. What time is it? You know what? I'll be back after lunch. We'll play as the Fremen, and we'll give that a go as well to see what its play style is like. So they gain hegemony by producing water, 30% less supply drain, can form alliances, can use thumpers, but get one less maximum build slot. However, they get surrounding a deep desert grants control over it, which is cool. And thumpers are generated passively to attract large sandworms. 10k hegemony grants knowledge of enemy alliances with Steeches. Allied Steeches have a settlement capable of holding a powerful building. And of course, what sort of bonuses do they get? La Hatud Tempo, eh? Enemy villages neighbouring your territory gain 5% chance to rebel every day. That's interesting. Sand killers are good because with no allies nearby, so you've got a solo power weapons. Keep your secrets can incite rebellions at the lands, right? Which is interesting. And every new village capture increases speech detection level. Ooh. This is like your early game's quite weak, and then they spiral into sort of being god godly. Now, if I want to go for the sort of rebellion, sort of insurgency playthrough, I'd probably go with the Shahad Temple and Sand Pillars. But anyway, I'll be back after lunch. Thank you all for watching, boys, and I will see you all later. So, adieu.